welcome back to another episode. I'll just take you around the car because I painted the quarter panel last weekend. It's had a week to dry, so I'll just let you have a look at it. So there is quite a bit of dirt along here. I'll get down here and you can have a look at my repair. So when I repaired that, the bottom bit looks like glass. It's slightly ripply there, but you're not going to see that with wheel arch. And the dirt that's landed on it is just on this, so when the dirt comes down it won't go on the side, it'll just go on the bit that's facing up, so it just lands on it. But it's really nice. So what I've got to do is get the bonnet out to fit the grille. So I've got bonnet on, I just need to push it back a little bit, and I have a small issue. So can you see that there, and that? Right, so I've just shown you that damage on the bonnet, so it gets worse. So just behind me, when I put the compressor, so the compressor is behind the camera and it's 2 doors down. There's like a coal shed that used to be behind it, still there, and then behind the coal shed there's like a wood shed. The compressor's in there, and when I was feeding the wire through the roof section, and when I braced the car up, so when I took the floor out and I put the braces in, those metal bars I put in the coal shed, and that's where my doors are, my bonnet, my boot. And I knocked one of the bars off and it hit the door, and it ricocheted off the door onto the bonnet, ricocheted back off the bonnet and hit the door again. So only one door on the bonnet, so the bonnet I can probably flat, that's okay, but the door where it's hit the frame, it's damaged it a lot, so it needs filling that. What can you do? Right, we are a little bit further on. I've just got to get my Sharpie pen, mark out all the holes and do the drilling bits. That front thing, I can't remember what it's called, and I've got the screws from Smithy's Bits, and you get plenty. It's the only place that I found on eBay that you could buy those bits from. And that badge isn't the badge that came off the car. The one that came off the car is a lot better than that. But and I've even just temporarily stuck the number plate on. I think it's a bit further over that way, it needs to go that way a little bit. The bumper's just sat on, and when I mentioned these in the last video, so it's damaged and I'm gonna have to fill them up because it's damaged the paintwork quite a lot. So it's not just a case of flattening it down, that's gone right through to the transport paint, that. But that looks really good to me. I do have the buttons that go through there, but it's too confusing for me. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to bother putting those on. And I think it might look a bit, because the slats on these are really tight and I don't know whether they go in, so I'm just gonna use the 6, well I think there might be 12 rib nuts to do, so I'm just going to go with that. Right, that's all screwed in, so screwed in, all rib nuts done. The grille is really nice and tight. It's tighter than what it were originally, because they were done with screws into the metal, and the metal had just widened off when it had been screwed in. It looks a little bit up there and a little bit up there, but you know, I could be messing about with this all the time and I could still never get it right. So we're going with that. And it looks good. Right, let's get into painting this car, eh? Right, so you just saw me paint the front end. It's gone really nice. There's a bit of dirt in it, but I expect that from painting in my garage. There's nothing I can do about that. You know, if I painted that in an oven, I'd have next to no dirt in it. But I'm not in my oven. I'm in my garage at home, and I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it's got a lot of dirt in it, but I'm still really happy. I wet the floor, I did all that. I've painted bits when I've not wet the floor, and they're cleaner than the bits that when I wet the floor. So, but when I give it its floor coat, all that dirt will sand out. I know in my mind how it'll look because I've done it before. You know, this isn't my first rodeo. I've painted thousands of cars, thousands, over 33 years. So I know exactly what will happen when I send that down. I know exactly what will happen when I repaint it. It's still going to have dirt in it. But then I know that when I sand it, when I nib it and buff it, I know what it's going to look like. So I'll turn you around and let you have a look. And then I'll be on the roof for next paint job. So let's take a look at it. Let me show you all dirt. Let me take this cover off first. Right, so let me get that cover off. So you can see the dirt. But I'm not being negative about it, because it's positive. Painting in my garage at home is positive. Looks really nice. The consistency of the clear, so what I mean by consistency is the actual shine, so the smoothness of the clear to the gun finish to the orange peely. There's no orange peel whatsoever, it's just real nice gun finish. So that gun finish will help me flat it down because it will be nice and smooth. There's a little, you can see lots of bits of dirt there. Oh no, that's me, I'm looking at the bloody camera. That's where the washer jet is. I thought it was a piece of dirt. So you've got lots of bits of dirt there. Like I said, run a thousands disc over them, grey scotch it, mask it back up again, re-clear it. Then when you flat it, there's going to be plenty of clear on it to flat and polish. It'll be, I don't really want it looking like glass, but it'll be like glass when it's finished. Definitely not an original finish. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll get the car in it as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one when I'll be doing roof. Cheers.